Hello friends, how you doing? I want to introduce a very simple style of turban, but it looks gorgeous to me. So I'm going to be working with what do you call this material? Raw silk. Raw silk material. That's what I'll be working with. And I use a total of 1.5 yard. That is for the complete project. I use a total of 1.5 yard. So all the measurements you will see them. This one I'm cutting right now in my hand is for the cover of the turban. So just say 12 inches height, 28 inches long, or 14 inches height, 28 inches, or 30 inches long is okay. Then after that, I cut out the base. The part I want to use for the base, because I want to make it a V, that V crossing. So when you are making the V crossing, you can have up to 3 different crosses with this pattern I want to do, or you can have just 2 different crosses. But for me now, I used a depth of 6 by 17, but that means on a fold it will be 3. On a fold it will be 3 by 17. So when I say 6, when you fold 6 into 2, it will give you 3. So just say 3 by 17. I don't want to confuse you, so that's why I'm saying 6, so that you don't go and cut 3. If you cut 3 and you are folding it into 2, it will be too small for you to use as a base. So I cut out 4 pieces of that. So that's just what I want to do with it, a crossing base, a base to cross. So this is the part I would be using for the top design, and because I need it to be at least 17 inches long, so I need to cut my material and join it again, because the raw silk does not really have a very long length. So I had to join 2 parts so that I can get up to 70 and above, and then I would be adding chest wadding to it just to pad it up for the thickness I need to create the design. And also, while I was sewing the base, which is the plate, I also went ahead and pad up the base. That is the part I used for the V. Just washed. Just wash, please. Sorry. So I need to explain this part. So when you take the design that you have prepared, when you take the design, you are going to take it through the front to the back, and then from the back back to the front. Hmm? When you do it that way, you will not tie it at the middle or at the side. Now remember that we have a chest wording inside, and the chest wording that is inside will give us the kind of thickness that we want. And apart from that, it's going to help the part that I want to stand to be able to stand on its own. Huh? And then the width of this turban, which is the wideness, is going to be folded like into two. So it's going to add again to the thickness before you tie it. But when you finish tying, you are going to open up the final part, so that part will not be folded, but the part that is going around the head like you are tying it has to be folded. Then concerning the finishing, when you finish tying it round like I am doing now, you sew the part that you will knot at the front. That is the part you tie at the front. You sew it, then you pull it out of the dummy head. And then the back, where the turban is crossing each other, like as it's crossing now from the back to the front, it would be separated if you don't do anything about it. So when we pull it from the dummy's head, we are going to use loose stitches to pull that back together, so that will ensure that it is sitting properly on each other and that there is no way it's going to pull. So that back that we pull together is still the same part that we are going to attach to the turban, and then still pull it together so that it can stay on the turban. So I'm not going to attach the entire top to the turban. I'm just going to attach just the back part, so that you can like place it in any direction that you want on the head. All right. So after that, if you like, this one is optional, you can still tack the two together, just like being very careful and making sure that the threads are not showing and the marks are not showing as well. So you can just tack together to put it together. And then after that also, you can decide to add some embellishment, like maybe stone or some kind of roses, some patches, that you can just use your E7000 to glue on it, or you can use your hot glue to glue on it. It's just going to like give it a little bit of transformation and enhance the gorgeous look. So this is all about today's turban. It's nothing too serious, casual, but to me I feel is unique. Looks like, oh, it's tied, but it's a turban. All right, so that's all for today's teaching. Thank you very much for stopping by Creative Events International. I do appreciate every one of you, everyone that is subscribing to this channel, everyone discovering us for the first time and loving our video. Thank you so much. All right. So that's all for today's video from my end. I'll just simply say goodbye. Do have a nice day. Take care of yourself. If you can practice, please do. And don't forget, you can make this for yourself. Okay, bye.